There are two options for this week's piece. You can choose to paint your elephant pink as it appears during the day, or choose to paint it black with neon details as it appears at night. Today, I will be painting my elephant for the nighttime. My canvas is 11 inches by 14 inches, but you can use any size. You'll also need some paper towels to dry your brushes, a plate to mix colors, 1 to 2 cups of water, paint brushes such as a 1/2 inch flat brush, a 1/8 inch flat brush, and a small detail brush. The paint colors I'm using for this piece are black, blue, green, white, purple, pink, neon red, neon orange, and yellow. We'll also be mixing some custom colors along the way. You can also print and cut out a template of the elephant from our MakerSpace Camp website if you don't want to freehand the shape. For the tracing, I recommend that you use a piece of chalk. Now that we have all our supplies, let's paint. For the first color, we are going to mix 1 dab of blue paint with a tiny amount of black paint and combine to create a navy color. Once we have it mixed, we're going to take that paint and brush about 1 inch to the top of our canvas. Next, dip your paintbrush into the regular blue and paint 1 to 2 inches below the navy area and then blend up into the darker color. Next, dip your brush into the purple paint and paint 1 to 2 inches below the blue and then blend up into the darker colors. You can clean your brush off in between each color or keep it dirty as I do in the video. Either way, you're going to be blending lots of colors together. For the next color, clean and dry off your brush and then dip into the pink. You're going to want to blend from the bottom of the area and then up into the previous colors. Remember to give your paint long strokes so that it doesn't appear choppy on the canvas. The next color is optional, but in this video I added a tiny amount of neon red to help with the orange transition color. You don't need a large section for this color, but it does make it blend out nicely. Clean and dry your brush for the final section and then dip into the yellow and blend up into all your colors. Try not to overwork your blending so it doesn't turn into one solid color. You are looking for a nice evening gradient. You can add additional colors to areas that you think need more paint. Once you are happy with the blend, it's time to make some stars. Take some white paint and scoop it out onto the mixing plate. Add 6 to 10 drops of water and mix until the consistency is that of milk. Then you're going to take your small 1/8 inch brush, dip it in, and flick the bristles with your fingers. This will splatter the paint and create a star-like appearance in the sky. If you are looking for smaller dots, just use a smaller amount of paint. Now that our sky is done, let's make our hills. Take the black paint, dip your bigger brush in, and create the top of the hill on the left side that is around the middle of the canvas. You're going to want to dip your hill down towards the middle and then bring it back up on the right side. Once you have it outlined, fill in with black paint. When you finish painting the hills, if your sky area is still wet, you'll want to set it aside for 10 minutes or use a hairdryer to speed up the drying process. Next, we'll make our California palm trees. Using the 1/8 inch brush and black paint, you're going to paint 2 bars on the left side of the canvas at different heights. I made the one closest to the center slightly taller. Next, we are going to make a series of X's at the top of each bar in a small rectangular shape. This creates the appearance of the marquescent or dead leaves under the palm fronds. It'll look a little shaggy in appearance. Now we're going to paint our palm leaves. First off, we're going to be making 3 to 4 curved lines coming out of the top of your tree. Make sure they aren't placed in the exact same spot for both of your trees. Once you've made the lines, you're going to create the fronds. You're going to take the 1/8 inch brush, turn it on its side, and from a point on that placement line, flick the paint in a downward swooped motion. Keep making these flick strokes until your palm fronds are filled in on the placement lines. When you are finished painting your leaves and palm fronds, we're going to give our trees some dimensions. Using the neon red paint, paint a thin layer on top of the tree trunks and bring it all the way down into the hill lines. You're going to want to make sure that your trees are visible. As your paint dries for your palm trees, we're going to be placing the lights of the city around the hills. Using a small flat edge brush, dip into your yellow paint. In small clusters, you're going to paint tiny squares all over your hills. Try not to fill up your hills too much, but paint enough so you don't have really large empty spaces. Now let's go back to our palm trees and add the neon red as a top coat to the leaves. This paint will dry darker, and when it does, your trees will look like they're lit up by the street lamps. When your palm trees are done, make sure your hills are dry so you can start work on the elephant. I'm using the template from our MakerSpace Camp website, which I will be tracing lightly with chalk. After tracing, dip your paint in either the pink paint for the daytime elephant or the black paint for the nighttime elephant and outline the area in the color. Then fill in the entire area. For pink, it will take a few coats to cover the darker areas of the canvas. Once your elephant outline is painted, mix a scoop of white paint with a dab of black paint together and create a light gray. Paint a bar from the middle of your elephant at the very bottom and then a small square on top of it. This will be the post the elephant sits on. Now that your outline of your elephant is done, wait for it to dry. And now we are going to work on the neon lights. For the main color, take 2 scoops of white and 1 scoop of green or teal paint and mix well. Using a small detail brush, outline the outside of the elephant and then the inside details. You can use the template as a guide. Next, we're going to create the eye crease. Take the white paint and the small detail brush and follow the template to create the crease. Afterwards, get the neon red paint and create the neon red eye. You'll also be using the neon red paint as the base coat for the hat. Wait for the hat to completely dry and then use neon orange paint to make the line details. Now it's time to add the neon words. Before you paint, you can use a light marker to pre-write the text. Using the neon teal color that we created, write out the word super. In the video, it's in cursive font, but regular font will work as well. When you are happy with the text, take the neon red paint and paint the words car wash in the lower portion of the elephant. As you can see, I start the letters from the inside and work my way out. That helps with spacing. If the color is not bold enough, you can use a top coat of orange. For the final part of the piece, take the small detail brush and dip it into the yellow paint. Then add water droplets coming out of the elephant's trunk. When you are finished, take some time to clean up areas on your piece. And then, at the bottom of the canvas, add your artist's signature. Now, you have a work of art to hang on the walls at home. Thank you for watching, and we hope you join us for our next Paint with Michele video.